you, and you stay. Fuck this. Fuck this.
Hello, and welcome back to... What is it called again?
The Not So Sober Bachelor Recap.
Ding, ding, ding.
I don't know what we're cheersing to. There's not much to celebrate tonight.
That's true, but you know what we are toasting to? This is your first fantasy suites. Like this is, and you, I have to say, Jeff, leave it to you to wait so long, but then you get the best one yet.
Love you. Respectfully disagree.
No, this was, I mean, it was kind of a boring episode until obviously the last like 20 minutes or whatever, but this like, you don't see, like so much we have so much to talk about because we've never seen a parent show up this late in the game. And, oh, I like this.
I was promised back-to-back-to-back slam sesh.
Okay.
And instead, I got one scared wiener episode and I got one like Stockholm Syndrome breakup where she tried to leave and he just dug his claws in.
We have a lot to get to, so let's just like get to it. Also, like, what is this show right now? I feel like we are with it. We are making it out. Like, all of a sudden, I feel like we have a never mind. Okay, so are we doing quickies tonight?
There are no more quickies. Quickies died tonight because nothing on this fucking show is quick anymore.
Yeah.
Everything takes for fucking ever. So quickies are now replaced with a segment called Longies, where we will just take two things that happen and talk about them for a long period of time.
But not too long, because we have to edit this. Okay.
Longie number one.
I hate that. Longie number one. Tayshia. Okay. I wish we would have done like a live reaction to this because I feel like we were very vocal, at least I was very vocal through the whole Tayshia thing because all of a sudden I can't stand her. I think she is not genuine. Like, I think she's playing this whole thing for TV.
But to what end? What does she want? She's just a nice gal
I think
who wants to have a nice time. Don't
you think there's like an element, like once you're in it, whether you go in with good intentions or not, don't you think once those cameras are on, you're like, I gotta win. Like, I wanna look the most charming, I wanna look the most genuine, I wanna look the best, and looking the best means winning.
I gotta be honest. I saw in Tayshia's eyes, she just wanted the bone.
She wanted the V card.
She wanted the bone, and she was ear to ear.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I waited 5 weeks, I jumped out of 6 planes, 5 helicopters, 4 buildings.
Yeah, like I'm ready to jump on that dick.
Earned this bone.
Yeah.
I told you, fans, friends, there are some of you out there who've lost your virginity. Others who haven't. If you haven't, this is what you'll go through. If you have, you'll remember. The night you know it's gonna happen, you just sit there smiling, giggling, and you were like, ooh, chugga chugga, here comes the sex train. She knew it, and she was ready. Her little boobie was flopping out. Accidentally?
Like,
don't
pick
think
another dress.
Don't think so. She's like, oh, here come my titty.
Wait.
Might as well finish this shit. She was trying to push that stuff as fast as possible.
Wait, real talk?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever, like, tried to take off a girl's top who had her thing, like, taped onto her boobs, and you have to go, like...
I've never taken
a tape top?
a double stick tape off a lady's bosom before.
That was, like, her plan. It was like, alright, I'm gonna tape this on, so when he takes it off, it makes a loud noise. All this means that we were both on the same page afterwards because something happened, like, or something didn't happen, and Tayshia was not happy after.
Ooh, we woke up to a bunch of awkward, disappointed conversation, including words like, I enjoyed this opportunity to get to know you better.
Number 12.
We're done with Taysh. This is a longie. Dig in.
There's nothing like more to say about Tayshia.
Well, all right.
We like disagree on Tayshia and whatever.
Here, I want to know about what you think happened. Describe to me what you think happened that night, and then I'll do it, and then the internet will decide.
Okay. I genuinely think, like, cameras leave and they get, like, their time alone. And I think he just, like, wasn't feeling it, and I feel like they probably had, like, a hot makeout, and she, like, probably started to... Yeah?
Here's what I think went down. Those two, giggly, nervous, smiling, eating whatever weird cheeses were laid out.
Who eats cheese before they do it?
They were ready to go down.
Do you think he's just gassy?
I don't think he was just gassy. I think he was ready to go down Hyman Avenue. Then
Ew.
he got about 1/8 of an inch in, and he realized that he didn't know as much as he thought he did. Because guess what? When you're in there the first time, everything feels squishy. And you're all like, is this it? And then bam, you're done. He was so nervous. It happens, bud. And therefore, he's like, oh, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm in love with you yet. He covered for it. And then ended a disappointed, like, failed first attempt. But he was ready. He woke up and he was psyched and he got the willies out and he was ready for day 2. That was the day he was ready to do it. He said it on camera. He's like, tonight's the night. Cassie's my girl. He got his, like, practice run out. Then he was ready. Which brings us to...
Wait, I'm still trying to figure out the logic behind all that. But alright, which brings us to
Longy number 2. Cass bag.
Well, we kind of, like, started talking about it already, but... I mean, she just, like, wasn't into him the whole time. But you know that feel... we actually felt kind of sympathized. Do you think people are mad at her?
Well, I think that the show fucking imploded tonight. Cass Bag's dad, who didn't approve fully of Colton, didn't give the blessing because he's a logical, sane fucking human being.
He also knew his daughter. She came home and she wasn't, like, super stoked on him.
He flew out to Portugal for a 6-minute powwow with his daughter, just letting her know that, hey, when you're ready to get married, you should probably want to get married. And that logic bomb exploded on Cassie's brain in a way that she's never heard anything before.
Yeah, she's like, oh, wait, so, like, if I'm not ready, I'm not ready?
Meanwhile, cross-cut with Colton, who's stretching and greasing up and, like...
He's, like, lighting the candles.
Vaselining his teeth and, like, loosening his fingers.
And he, like, shaved his balls, for sure.
Shaving that taint, getting ready to just lay the tarp down and just get down to Funky Town. Awkward. After calling Colton a simple fetus face for about 9 episodes, I think we saw the real Colton tonight. I think the cracks are starting to show,
You
little
said that,
V-card.
but, like, what do you mean? Like, because I kind
Because
of...
Colton, now that he knows what he wants, doesn't give a shit about anybody else.
Oh, yeah.
And he just looks at her and he's like, I don't care what your dad said. That doesn't stop me. And then whatever she said with her trepidation, he's like, doesn't matter. You'll get there. I'm there. I think this whole time, in a sheep's clothing, was a megalomaniacal, like, Skeletor supervillain who's just been smiling and eating cheese. Welcome to the party, real Colton. I see you.
You're really passionate about that. I think he thinks he's being genuine, but then he really is in love with Cassie. And he puts it out there, and we've never seen, I don't think again, a Bachelor, like this, Jeff, like, this is like some history right here. This is like some big history in the Bachelor making.
Proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, dude. So, like, we've never seen a Bachelor who was, like, literally, like, you're the one. Like, I'm done. Like, I think if she was like, fine, I just want to be with you, he would have been like, okay, and just left with her.
Well,
like,
Colton,
this is the first time he really, usually they, like, allude to who they're going to choose, but they don't.
That's what I'm saying. The show imploded. The fourth wall was broken.
Yeah.
And Colton literally threw the other girls under the bus and said, I don't care about them. You're the one I want. And then Colton used the tried and true freshman year of high school strategy of telling her that you love her. And when she says no, you just keep saying it louder in hopes that that will somehow convince her.
She was out before she even began. She was just, like, having a hard time breaking up with him. And I feel bad. I feel like we've both been in both shoes before. I don't know. Like, I'm talking seriously because I find this episode, like,
Sure.
super fascinating.
Colton was Jedi mind tricking. He was literally like, you do love me. Like, you just need
yes,
more time.
But you know we've both been there before where you're like, it's part of his ego too. It's like, no, I'll do anything. Like, you just need whatever. Okay, now this is like getting deep, but like, fuck.
Well, that's why I think Colton might be, I think his damage is shut tonight.
Yeah, or he's just human. Do you know what I mean?
But when someone is pulling away from you like that, I feel like the instinct should be to listen, to ask about their trepidation, to ask what they're nervous about. And I feel like he was just saying over and over again that, like, I love you and that's what matters.
Yeah, but these people aren't mature. They're too young.
No, that we can.
Yeah, we're the mature ones here. Doopy.
We're the mature ones. Listen to us about relationship advice.
Okay. Question. Before we get to the fence jump, what everyone's waiting all season for, do you think? Because like going into this episode, I was like, I knew Cassie was going to be the one that causes the fence jump. And I was thinking, oh, I'm not gonna like Cassie. She's gonna do something that makes me not like her. But honestly, we're kind of like, I wish she would have done it faster.
Sure.
But like, I kind of respect her. And I'm curious what you think people think. And does she now have an opportunity to be the Bachelorette?
My question for you, I answer your question with a question. It feels like a lot of ladies self-eliminated this season. More than usual, or is this average?
That's a good question. It feels maybe a little bit more.
Feels like a lot of ladies decide that they're not in love with Colton. Because, I mean, after your 5th shirtless shower, you need more.
Yeah.
You're looking for more, girls.
Yeah.
What do I think about Cassie? No, I don't think she's a Bachelorette. I think they literally centered her entire story on her not being ready. So it would be
Yeah, but that's what they always do.
disingenuous.
Then they're like, but now I'm ready.
But what about wonky-eyed Kaylin? She's ready. She wants love.
I think Kaylin and Cassie will like be up for it, but it just depends what you guys end up thinking about Cassie. Okay, let's get to the fence jump so I can go take a dump. Wait, do you ever get like a burp that's like stuck in there? Oh, here it comes. Here it goes.
We teach you how to love. Stick with us. We take you down Maturity Avenue. Fence jump.
Yeah, dude. I was into it. And it was actually bigger than I thought it was going to be. The fence. But like, do you know what I mean? Like the whole fiasco was like a lot more dramatic. And it's not over yet.
I admit, I kept thinking Cassie was going to renege and come back. And when she didn't, Colton decided to cancel The Bachelor by himself.
I think he had a panic attack, like a tantrum. Like he was like, we've all been there where we feel like I've done some crazy things during breakups.
Whoa, sure.
So yeah, he just like freaked out and didn't want to be on the show anymore. I wanted to get away from everything. And he jumped a big fence, which was delightful. Great leap.
Sure, he's got good ups. He's an NFL athlete. I would expect that of anything.
And then like then they're like, get Chris. And Chris was probably like having a drink at the bars. And then he's like, this is my moment.
So now Colton is running wild in Portugal.
They
being
can't find
chased
him.
by dogs, I think.
And Chris Harrison running like at a very slow pace, and it's delightful.
And really the most hilarious / tragic part is that YouTube Hannah is just brushing her hair, getting ready for her fantasy suite night, not realizing that Colton literally eliminated her tonight without her knowing.
Once Hannah watches the show back, because my guess, and we can do predictions, is that he's gonna ask Hannah. He's gonna be like, I was looking in the wrong direction. You know, he'll come up with like some reason why Hannah's been there all along.
Oh, that's a good prediction. Save that for predictions. I like that.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm hopping in.
Predictions!
Okay, so, oh shit, because I can't stop. I gotta keep going.
We just put the title underneath, Roses Fall.
Okay.
Predictions!
Wait, I'm on it. I gotta keep going. Fuck, okay, so, so what we're saying here is, so like, that's what I predict. I think he might try to get Cassie back before she goes back on the plane. Not gonna happen. He's gonna end up like finding a reason why Hannah's the one, because she's been there all along. She's the true whatever, right? And then they're gonna get engaged, and then Hannah's gonna watch this back and be like, "Fuck."
Bold prediction.
What's yours?
I think The Bachelor is canceled.
No way.
Yes,
it makes too much money.
I think The Bachelor was canceled. I think I put together, like Sherlock Holmes, what happens from the previews. He he's hugging Tayshia and crying, and he says he's scared because he tells Tayshia that he's in love with Cassie and she's gone. Then he hugs Hannah, she's gone. Then he's getting on the Concorde from Portugal, intercepting the dad in the sky on a fucking parachute, beating him until he gets his blessing, and then drops in on a parachute to Huntington Beach, where Cassie is sitting there looking at a beach and contemplating her life, and he forces her to marry him. She says no, as he just slams a ring on her finger and drags her down the aisle. That's how this shit ends. And everyone ends happily ever after. ... question mark?
Now, dude, he's gonna get engaged to Hannah, and the rest of them are gonna be on Bachelor in Paradise. Well, I feel bad because we don't get to cover Hannah in this episode, and we're definitely not watching the Women Tell All because that thing is so long, and we have to zip. We're not gonna. Just like.
No, incorrect. You're gonna watch it and tell me what happened.
Most of it is like recap and like a little bit of drama.
I don't know. Demi said she was gonna shove a shoe down on Yeka's throat.
I watched that.
I'm kind of down for that.
So we're not gonna cover that, but we'll be back next week for the finale.
For the 5-hour finale.
Well, guys, this has been fun. Tonight's episode was very interesting, and I'm really gonna be thinking about this for a while.
It's almost over, guys. What are you gonna do with your Monday nights? Maybe talk to a loved one, invest in your career, or just do anything that's better with your time. I can't wait.
But then The Bachelorette starts, and then we'll... Love you guys.